Hello, my friends. This is Patricia again, the hermit at Harvest Home Hermitage. My plan for today was to do a tour of the Hermitage and the grounds, at least of the gardens, maybe. But I have put it off for so long, and if you look at these clouds behind me and the wind that's rustling my hair, it seems like we're going to have a gully washer pretty soon. Even the bees say so. They were very active earlier in the day and are battening down the hatches now. So instead, I'm going to take you for a short tour of the kitchen garden as it stands. I am almost through with phase 1 of the kitchen garden, so yay. All right. Now, as you can see, I've got a keyhole. Well, not really a keyhole bed design, but a keyhole design to the actual patio area. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beds in place so far. More are planned in phase 2 over to the south, or excuse me, to the west. And you can see I've got these little trees that I've potted up, and this fall they're going to go back in that area for a small orchard. In this first bed, eventually all of the beds will be 2 tiers of blocks plus this capper block. The reasoning being that Loretta and I are getting older and less mobile, and this way I can continue growing things and working in my garden into years that I may not have been able to otherwise. So as you see here, I've got some herbs planted. I've got I think the parsley and the thyme are all that's left. The thyme looks like it's having an issue, probably with the watering. I gotta figure out how to grow thyme in this area. But I've also got some hot peppers and some violas, and it looks like I've got a Chico eggplant growing down there. And these beds are all tied together with timed watering. Unfortunately, this one has had an issue. And its watering is leaking all over the place, and the other 2 beds aren't getting anything. But you see the bees are very happy with it. Anyway, this is all my lettuce. It doesn't seem to be doing any worse for wear, and spinach. It doesn't seem to be any worse for wear for all the water. But I will definitely be changing out this particular set of hoses for one that doesn't leak like a sieve. And here we've got another one. These onions that are growing in the front of it are in fact just grocery store organic green onions. They've been in the ground for about 2 years now. As you can see, they're just about getting ready to bloom. And I've got some winter savory and some oregano in there, but also some spinach and some arugula and kales. And in the very center, I've got a tripod with some peas, English peas have started to grow, as you can see. I'm going to have to, we're going to see how well they grow. It's getting awfully warm already in March. And over here, I've got another bed. I've just finished this bed, cleaning it out and planting it up with tomatoes. I've got some Belarusas, and I believe that one is a celebrity. I think I probably buried its name tag. And back there I've got a big boy and a purple boy. Both of the 2 in the back are indeterminate. And what I'm planning on doing, Kitten, get out of there. What I'm planning on doing, you see this T-post over here that's overgrown with vines? And there's another one over there. Those 2 T-posts are from a laundry. Those are laundry lines, supports. And what I'm going to do there is run a line across and then run some strings up from the tomato plants themselves and see about trellising my indeterminates that way. I've seen this done on YouTube, and a lot of people have found it very successful, done it very successfully. So Oh crap, I've got this thing upside down, don't I? This is gonna be a fun video. Anyway. All right. And here we've got my strawberries. This is going into their second year. You can see they're already blooming. And the asparagus. I cleaned out last year's asparagus ferns, and look what we've got here. Happy little asparagus coming up. These were not here last night. They have grown overnight. That is how fast, well, they have grown overnight. That is how fast these things grow. Yep. It's going to be another year or so before they're harvestable, I believe. Although they're pretty much the size of a pencil now. Anyway, like I said, eventually all of these beds will be, probably later this fall, all of these beds will be 2 tiers in height. Now when I was cleaning out this bed, so yeah, I also dug up the ginger that I had planted last year. This came from a little thumb of ginger, probably about the same size as this one. And I'll probably plant that in one of the beds too this year. Or perhaps I'll plant it underneath the as part of the guild for the fruit trees next fall. That would be a good thing to do in there. I'm also going to transplant some of the strawberries over there, as well as some of Mom's paper white narcissus that are growing in the front yard. And I think that will make a nice little guild over there. Put in some herbs with it. Who knows? Maybe the thyme will grow there. Since it doesn't seem to like any other bed or pot I put it in. Anyway, that is a short tour of the garden. I just recently finished up this area. As you can see, I've got the fire pit right there. And the fire pit is laid under with bricks, or with, not bricks, but flagstones. And I put decomposed granite underneath those because the fire pit has a little hole at the bottom for drainage. And if any, I didn't want, see, it has that little hole at the bottom for drainage. And I didn't want any embers falling onto the dry cedar. But I am using cedar, recycled cedar from Austin. It's 100% cedar. The reason I'm using this, I wouldn't necessarily worry about what type of mulch I use out here, except that I have termites in the yard. And this is one mulch that is termite unfriendly. So I had given up on the idea of having mulch, wooden mulch in the yard, until I realized that, aha, I can plant those. And this is a little, I don't know if you saw this or not, the kittens were playing with it earlier. It's got a little bit of dirt in it. But this is a little waterer for the bees, although they seem to be enjoying the lettuce bed at the moment. And what that does is it gives them, the little rocks in the bottom give them a little place to land so that they don't drown. All right. And over here, as we move around this section, and down this little trail that leads to my office and lab, here we've got a little blueberry vine, blueberry tree, or bush that I'm going to plant here. Well, am I getting a picture of this thing? I can't tell if you can actually see the darn thing or not. Yeah, there it is. You can see the little flowers there. And I'm going to plant this over here at some point when the bees are less active and less suspicious of me, the garden bees. I just planted the tomatoes earlier, and the guard bees have been eyeing me suspiciously ever since. So, all right, that was our little tour of Harvest Home Hermitage's garden. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, it will be expanding in the future, possibly quite a lot. The place underneath those derelict chicken coops, I've ordered some blackberries to go into that one. So I'll put a row of blackberries there, and there'll be something to go there. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little visit. And before the rain hits, I will say good night. Blessed be. Thank you for coming.